in here. This is not much easier than using the hard-sided one. Get this thing in here. It's tight fit, but I measured it just right. There we go. Let me get out of the way. There, that's the soft-sided kennel I'm going to use for these little excursions. It's the same size as the hard one. And since we're not going to go on any lengthy two-day trips right now, let's see here. Yeah, it's got her pad in here, and it's not blocking access to the fridge or the dining. Got to dust this off before we go anywhere. On the table, and I can always lay the couch down flat. It'll slide under the table, and I can put this up in the corner there and have her in it. Still have access for Spirit to walk around. Of course, if they try to jump up on this, I'll have to stop them, teach them that, or just unzip this for now. I don't know if Angel has never climbed out of this in the house when I had the lid down or off, but yeah, the first two little drives are going to be just all experimental, see how the dogs do and such. And we're about ready to take off here. I'm going to put some drinks in here and some little snacks for myself and the dogs, and we're going to load up the girls and head out for a day of exploration. So I hope you guys will stick with us. I'm going to take the shades off the back there for a little more light. Excuse the curtains over here. I'm still waiting for this one set of curtains that the dogs destroyed on our 6-month road trip to come in, so they can pop those back in. And then I'm looking at buying a brand new sewing machine. I tell you, sewing machines I got now today are so damn high tech, it makes mine's an antique anyway. Holy shit. So I can split the curtains I have here in half, hem them up, and have nice little curtains along with the pull down shades. So a little more homier atmosphere, I think. So that's the plan, Stan. So yeah, I'm glad this fits. I think I'll leave this in for now because I don't really have to change anything, or maybe I'll stand it up on end and put it up here. Let's try that. I pop this thing up here, put this right up on the seat. There. Okay, so I put this up here on the bench seat for now. I can sit here and use the table. I've still got to load up some things in the pantry here. That's a strong magnet. I got some dishes and some cans of soup and simple things, you know. I've learned a lot in the years of traveling with the girls. And I'm taking, I don't know, less than 2/3 of what I've packed. Of course, I packed for weeks at a time, like a zombie apocalypse, so it ain't gonna happen. So that's done. Yep. And you know, like I said, this is hanging up here kind of funny because I'm waiting for the blinds to come in for the guys at Infinity Coach to install. So that's it. This is a little difficult getting in and out. A little easier though than the big heavy set one that if I was going to go on a month-long trip or more, I'd use that. Once the girls are much older, a couple years older, they've maintained their training, I don't believe I'll need these. But right now, starting out, I don't want Angel to tear things apart like Ember, my last Irish setter puppy, did on her 6-month trip. So yeah, okay, so let's load up the pups, load up the food and snacks I want for our little day excursions, and hit the road, explore some state parks. So come along, join us. Flash, we interrupt this program for an announcement. I've gone and talked to my thoracic cancer surgeon, and he showed me all these really nice pictures that they take when they put you through all these different machines, donuts, tubes, CAT scans, PET scans, all kinds of shit, where they chop you up like a bunch of ham and then put you back together. And he pointed out the places that have them concerned and why they're wanting to do this operation fast. And that is because there are, let's say, glowing lumps of cancer cells next to my heart and my lungs and between my heart and lungs, and they say, that'd be the best place to get good samples so they can do the biopsy and find out just how bad this cancer is, how aggressive, and how fast is it growing, because it's throughout my body, like rain on a rainy day, it's everywhere. So, yeah, they have me all ready to go in here in a day or two to an operation. And I guess the way they are saying the best way to get into my chest, to my heart and lungs to take their biopsies is for me to lay on my side, and they're going to do all these robotic little tentacles into me with their little microscope thing and their little pinchers and grabbers to pull out pieces of me for the biopsy. And they say after this I have to spend a day, maybe more, in the hospital. Depends on how this thing goes. And I'm going to have a drainage tube out of me, and attached to the drainage tube is going to be all these sensors and cameras so they can keep track of where they took the samples next to my heart and my lungs in case things go south. And they say, well, you got to be careful because, well, something like this can give you sepsis or pneumonia and a couple other nasty things that are going to be harder to hell to cure. So yeah, that makes me feel wonderful. Oh, this is getting more fun every day. So I kind of stopped and decided not to go out and do my little drive-through of the state parks out here in the foothills of the Cascades I was going to do, because when you're told all of this shit, it just blows your mind, You're just wondering, well, should I make plans or shouldn't I? So, yeah, I'm going to just forego this. I'll return to this sometime after the hospital operation. When I'm home and I'm cured, I see what all this has done to me. If I can still function, they were saying I might have hard trouble taking a deep breath for a while. Yeah, I tell you, it makes you look around and just reevaluate everything in your life. Like, do I really have to finish that job? Or can I just let it sit there forever? You start getting really serious about what's around you and what you thought was important and had to be done just because you thought it had to be. So, yeah, that's it. So, sorry this ain't what I was going to plan on it being. I got a very, 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 very small group of people that even watch my channel. If this is my last video on my channel, I just want to thank all of you out there who have been watching me. Whether you say hi or bye or just watch, I wish you'd all go back and watch my videos again and just at least give me a thumbs up on all of them that you watch, just to acknowledge that, yeah, people out there watched it. They got something out of it, I hope. And, what else can I say? So, yeah, I wish all of you out there the best. Let me know if you've enjoyed my videos. Go back to when I started this channel back in 2018 and watch those. And I think maybe you'll see a lot of things that you don't see today, because this progressive world destroys everything so it can build something new in its own image. Okay, that's it. I'm done. If I don't see you again, I wish the best for you, and take care of yourself. Okay? Bye-bye. Well, we're out in the backyard here. As you can maybe tell, the weather has gone from the high 80s, low 90s to plummeting all the way down to damp, cool, gray weather in the low 70s.